and welcome to the DABL Coffee Cup games. This is the Diamond Association of Baseball Legends using Stratomatic. The series that we're going to be doing, we're doing it through what we call the DABL, Diamond Association of Baseball Legends. And back in the year 1900, we're going to start with that season. But opening day, back in the year 1900, the biggest game, the most famous game, was a game between the Philadelphia Phillies and the Boston Beaneaters. The Phillies ended up jumping up early, got up by 12 runs. At one point, they're up 16-4. Going into the ninth inning, bottom of the ninth, Phillies were up at this point 17-8. So Boston had closed the gap a little bit, but in the bottom of the ninth, the Beaneaters from Boston rallied, scoring 9 runs to tie the game and put it into extra innings. Unfortunately, the very next top of the next inning in the 10th, Philly scored 2 runs, sealing the deal. Boston couldn't get any in their bottom of the 10th. And so the Phillies ended up winning 19-17. This, in the history of the National League, and maybe even in baseball, but I know in the National League, is the highest scoring opening day game of all time. So we're going to go ahead and replay this one. And so for the Phillies, we got Thomas and Slagle, followed by Elmer Flick, Knapp, LaJoie, Ed Delahunty. You got Wolverton batting 6th, McFarland 7th, Cross 8th, and pitching and on the mound is Al Orth. Obviously, there are several Hall of Famers here: Elmer Flick, Knapp, LaJoie, and Ed Delahunty. So they did an outstanding job with their team. For the Beaneaters, we got Stahl, we got Jimmy Collins, future Hall of Famer, Billy Hamilton, same thing. We got Buck Freeman in the cleanup spot. We got Long, Tenney, Lowe. 8th will be Clark, and then on the mound, batting 9th will be Bob Dineen. All right, so here we go. We got Dineen over here pitching to Thomas. I always put the batter on the left-hand side, pitcher on the right. I just think it's easier for the numbers. So we'll kind of go from there. I did try to find South End grounds, ballpark, and so this is where they actually play. This is the closest that I could find to a ballpark. I had to do some editing a little bit just to kind of make it work, but ultimately I think this is a really nice job. So starting off, we got a ground ball to third base, and he's going to be out. We got a ground out to first, and we got a line out. So 1, 2, 3. Definitely not allowing Philly to jump up to their 16 runs early. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get a walk. We got Stahl. He's got 65% chance. Let's see what we're looking at here. First card. He's got a 3-7, 15-13. So we're going to go ahead and see if we can go ahead and run. All right, unfortunately, it doesn't look like we get a good lead, so we're not going to go ahead and attempt that. So Jimmy Collins is going to be up. Unfortunately, worst thing that could possibly happen, he grounds out into a double play. Next is Billy Hamilton. He is one of the best ball stealers, or base stealers of all time. So we're going to go ahead and see if we can get him going. He does not get a good lead, so we're going to go ahead and just let Freeman go ahead and hit away. Unfortunately, he needs a 1-5. He only gets an 8. So, going top of the second, LaJoie's up. He is a great little hitter, and unfortunately for us, he gets on first. Oof, Ed Delahunty, another Hall of Famer. It's going to send it, make it runners on the corners. And Philly's showing why they are an incredible team. Something that I'm definitely not looking forward to. So Phillies ended up being in third place. Boston was in fourth. The Phillies ended up with a 75-63 record, 8 games out of first place, 3.5 games out of making the championship game, which was between Brooklyn and Pittsburgh. Boston beating theirs, they came in fourth, but unfortunately they had a losing record. So, just give you a little bit of background. They're going to try a hit and run. Looks like, unfortunately, he pops it out. And so we still have runners on first and second. We got the number 8 batter, and we get our first strikeout. And so, with the get a line out. So, fortunately for us, they had 3 hits in a row, but we're going to give up 1 run. And so, we got Long. He's going to go ahead and get on first base. We're going to go ahead and see if we can steal him. And unfortunately, still cannot get a lead. We got Fred Tenney up, and so a little bit of an odd-looking fellow with his ears. That's okay. Oof. We will just hold the runner since we have runners on first and second. 0 outs. Lowe is going to be up, our second baseman. A 1 in 3 chance for an error. And unfortunately, you got a double play. And runner on third, 2 outs, and we fly out to center field. So LaJoie comes through, it looks like. I believe it was, going to second base. So we're up now. Fly ball to right field. Have to go over here. Stahl is under. He drops it. So unfortunately, we allow an error, allowing the man on second. Pop out there. Oof, single to right field. Lead runner, 1-16. So we'll just stop the other runners from advancing. So 2-0 for the Phillies. The errors obviously are very high. Number 2 error for us. So, and another single. We're going to see if we can get the runner out. So we go ahead and intentionally walked. See if we can get something here, and it worked out for us as we get a double play to the pitcher. So down 3-0. Phillies are showing their offensive power. Their offense was incredible, obviously with 3 Hall of Famers in the heart of their lineup, and some other players as well that did real good. But Bob Demeanor, our pitcher, just is a good hitter, so actually helps us out. Unfortunately, our leadoff man, Stahl, goes ahead and pops out. Jimmy Collins is going to pop up as well, unfortunately for me. Ground ball to third base. Overton is not a strong fielder. He's got a 77% chance of an error. And unfortunately, he gets out. Wow. Lucky me, eh? We're going to go ahead and look something up real quick. As I'm getting that open, we'll go ahead and continue. And at the top of the 4th inning, we get Cross to pop out. Now the pitcher's going to be up. A lot of the pitchers during the year 1900 were actually pretty good hitters, so they are by no stretch what I would say an easy out like you'll find more currently. So back to the top of the lineup. Unfortunately, we get a walk. And Thomas steals second. And unfortunately, we do get the line out. What I'm doing is I'm bringing up the stats for in in baseball reference to try to go ahead and see what we can find out about them. All right, so we're up. Lead off. Buck Freeman's going to go ahead and get a single. See if he can go ahead and steal. And we finally get the opportunity and thrown out by McFarland. Dang me. And of course, there's another chance for them to make a play in the outfield, and they do. And a fly ball to right field. All right, so they are up. You can see that Elmer Flick over here, he's batting .367 during the year. I believe he might have been the league leader in home runs with 11. Flick was only 24 years old, so this is at the beginning of his career. You have Nap LaJoy, who was 25. Ed Delahanty was toward the end of his career. He was 32. So, but I have no idea. I was checking something real quick. I keep on saying Nap LaJoy. Not really sure if I'm saying LaJoie. LaJoie. All right, Nap LaJoie. There we go. So either Nap LaJoie or Nap LaJoie. All right. Obviously, don't say that his name correctly. Elmer Flick gets a strikeout. That would be, I believe, the second one of the game. It is. Fly ball, left field. Let's see if we can make a play here. One of our better players when it comes to fielding, and unfortunately, Buck Freeman drops the ball. So we have 3 errors, adding to their 5 hits. Their runner's looks like he was gonna try to go with the hit and run, but unfortunately, Ed Delahanty flies out, leaving 2 out. And it's going to be a line out to Fred Tenney. All right, for us now is going to be Bobby Lowe. And so Bobby Lowe is going ahead and fly out to right field for an out. Still with a shutout inning, a shutout game for Al Orth. Fly ball to center field. Alright, so we got a double out of that one. Down 3-0, 1 out. Our pitcher Bob Dineen, who is one of our 4 hits, a good hitter. And unfortunately this time he's going to line out to first, but brings us to the top of the inning, where we're going to have Chick Stahl is going to be up. And unfortunately, a ground out. So we enter the 6th inning. McFarland gets a ground out. It's possible single, but line out. Looks like the Collins. Across. Not really sure who it was or long. I mean, potential single, and it is. So their pitcher gets on base. Thomas is up, and we're going to finish it out with a line out. All right, let's see. They have not made an error yet. We have made 3. High fly in center. Thomas ranges, takes an easy out. So again, they come through with their defense, and our defense has continued to let us down. Hamilton takes a walk, and so we will try to make something happen here. And he is going to steal, getting on the second base. All right, leading this up now with Buck Freeman. Buck Freeman goes yard, pulls the ball, short fence. One of our stronger hitters on the team. So that brings it to a 3-2 game now, giving us our 5th hit. Ground out to second by Long. And now Tenney's going to be up. Fred Tenney. He's going to go ahead and single. Bobby Lowe is up. Hit 278 with 3 home runs. It's good against lefties. All right, we'll see what he can do here. Unfortunately, he's going to ground out, and the inning takes us into the 7th inning. All right, so there's Buck Freeman. We know about Buck Freeman. He played right field. He was first baseman, born in 1871. He started, looks like, with Washington in the Washington Statements when he was 19 years old. And then he didn't play for like 6 years. Didn't come back until 1898, where he played a little bit with the Senators. Washington Senators, now the National League. Played 2 years there. And then this is his first year at age 28. He played for the Boston Bean Eaters. When he was the previous league with, interesting, he led the league in 1899 with 25 home runs. That sounds like astronomical in the 19th century. So Buck Freeman, look at him. What else can we find out about him? Apparently he played for 7 years in the Pennsylvania State League, Eastern League, New England League, and Western League. Primarily played 3 years in Toronto in a team from Toronto. The Maple Leafs, Toronto Maple Leafs from 1896 to 1898. The 25 home runs that Freeman recorded for the 1899 Senators was truly remarkable by the standards of the time. The second highest total that year was 12 by Bobby Wallace of St. Louis, although Freeman failed to equal Ned Williamson's 27 home runs in a season recorded in 1884 with Chicago. Freeman's total is generally regarded as the greatest achievement. Williamson's home field of Lakeshore Park was less than 200 feet down the foul lines and 300 feet to center. Wow, so in 1884 in Chicago, talk about a small field, 200, sounds like a softball field. But anyways, so interesting. So Freeman's contract was sold to Boston in February, as Washington owner J. Earl Wagner correctly foresaw that National League would be reduced in size. The Senators were one of the teams disbanded as the league contracted from 12 teams to 8. So Freeman, who apparently was with Washington, had an opportunity. The owner of Washington, recognizing that the National League was going to condense its size, went ahead and sold Freeman's contract for the owner to make some money, which seemed wise because Washington was in fact one of the teams. Freeman's 25 home runs, his second all-time up to this point, but he actually did it at the South End grounds. You can tell it's still a home hitter's park though. So there's Bob Freeman. He's our player that we showcased today. I always think it's good a little bit to learn something about him. All right, so back to the game. We top of the 7th. Bob Dineen is now over 100 pitches, but he's getting his first guy out, second guy out. Now Nap Lajoie doubles. He has actually been on base every time. He has a single, and he got on twice with an error, and now he's got a double. So Nap Lajoie is continuously getting on base. Ed Delahante's up, and he's going to end the inning with a ground ball to first base. So we go to the bottom of the 7th, and of course it is the 7th inning stretch. All right, the trivia question: when the umpire clenches both fists and points them towards the playing field, what does that indicate? So it goes like this, points out, more or less means full count. So if you got that one, you're a genius. If you didn't, you couldn't understand the question and never played baseball. So, all right, so one out. Oh, Al Earth, I believe, just got his first strikeout of the game. It was. And unfortunately, we now ground out to short, taking us to the top of the 8th. We have a pretty tight game here going on. And so that's pretty exciting so far. But we're going to go ahead and continue. And if we enter the top of the 8th inning, let's see what we got here. Unfortunately, top of the 8th, they get on base again. That is their 8th hit. So they've had 11 guys on base. We have, between hits and errors, I don't know about walks. Looks like he hasn't, Bob Dineen has not walked anybody yet. Unfortunately, a bunt to move the player up, trying to secure a little bit. Crosses up, see what he can do. He's going to line out to second base, bringing up the pitcher Al Orth. Al Orth is a 286 hitter. He had a single the last at bat. Trying to figure out actually if I want to go give him the walk, but we'll go ahead and pitch to him. And they're going to send a pitch hitter, which is Pierce Childs, 273 hitter. Kind of what we know about Pierce Childs, 33 years old, had 120 at bats or plate appearances. They have him down for 273. I unfortunately have him down for less than that. So, but we'll see what happens. Here's the pitch. Potential single, but it is snagged by Bobby Lowe. So it takes us to the bottom of the 8th. We have 2 more at bats, but if we get it, Jimmy Collins is going to be up. And so, trying to get back open Boston. All right, so here's the pitch. Donahue apparently came in. It's going to be a pop out. So Red Donahue's up on the mound. He's going to be going against Billy Hamilton. Billy Hamilton hits the first. So far, the Phillies have not made any errors. And they continue making the good plays, which really does suck for us. So 2 down. All right, we got a guy on base. Buck Freeman has come through again for us. Unfortunately, long lines out. So we go to the top of the 9th. Bob Dineen. We're going to go ahead and leave him in. He seems to be doing all right. Sell down after the beginning of the game. So the second and third, he struggled. The third particularly, or excuse me, the second, where he gave up 3 straight hits. Got in some trouble in the third. All right. Player walks, 1 out. %53 chance. They get the force at second, so Knapp is up. LaJoie single has it. Got on base for an error, a short error on left, and then it doubled the last time he bat. He is looks like he may be our best one. Unfortunately, Dineen gets a wild pitch. Oof. All right. Lines out the second. First time we get Knapp out. So it brings us to the bottom of the 9th. We got Fred Tenney up. He is 2 for 3. So we're definitely going to let him continue hitting. See what he can do here. He gets on base with a walk. Let's see what his stealing is like here. Okay. We have Lowe is up. He is 0 for 3. All right, so let's see what we got here when it comes to going against the righty. 27%. So I think we might want to bring in a potential and Cheddar. Jack Clements, I believe, is definitely the man we want in. All right, get our pitch hitter in. Come on, Jack Clements, see what you can do here. And he comes through with a single. Do we want to send the lead runner? Let's go ahead and hold. Put guys on first and second. We got Clark now up. Let's see how he looks. So Bulliard Clark is up. 34. Potential chance to get on base. Hugh Duffy is also a Hall of Famer. Why in the world would he not be starting for them is really beyond me. Duffy's 33. He did bat 304, which is one of the team's best batting average. So we're going to go ahead and pinch hit here. Hugh Duffy, unfortunately, pops out. Bringing Bob Dineen up now. I believe Rob Dineen has a single, 20.2. So we definitely want to bring somebody in for him. Oof, only was a lefty. And check Barry here. Shad Barry, 23. All right. What about you, Connor? Joe Connor, 20. May have misplayed that one. I'll let the mean hit. Oh, and he singles, but I'm going to send the lead runner. Send the trailing runners. It's no cutoff. And again, Boston Beaneaters tie the game like they did the original time in the bottom of the ninth. Obviously, they didn't need 9 runs to do it, but they actually got the players on. So, Red Donahue has struggled in the ninth. He's going to be bringing in Al Ball to try to stop the bleeding, but Chick Stahl has an opportunity to win the game. 1 out, and he's going to pop out to third base to Wolverton. Now comes future Hall of Famer Jimmy Collins. Jimmy Collins, 30 years old. See what he can do. And he's going to pop out, looks like. Oh. So we'll put Jack at the catcher position. Is there anybody we can throw at second? Not sure if Freeman's able to. Nope. Boy, we have a lot of guys. The only guy that we can throw in there is Barry. Duffy could go to left. Buck could go to first. So let's just take Buck Freeman, put him at second, and then let's take Hugh Duffy, put him in left. And it looks like now we're going to need to find a pitcher. We do have some good ones here. Kid Nichols. Vic Willis. I think both of those are Hall of Famers. Vic Willis obviously was not as strong as I would have liked him to be. They have a righty and then a bunch of lefties. I definitely don't want him. Holy cow. I don't know if I've ever seen somebody worse. Alright, so let's let Dineen pitch to the first batter. He's going to get the fly out. He is well over his pitch limit. We do need to bring in a pitcher. I think Willis might be our best bet. Vic Willis is in, and he is going to get Wolverton to fly out the center field, getting 2 outs. Ground ball to short. So unlike the original replay where Phillies scored 2 in the top of the 10th to take the win, we were able to hold them off, leaving Billy Hamilton up. Unfortunately, he's going to ground it to the pitcher. This has actually been a pretty good game for an opening day game. And we get Buck Freeman. He is 4 for 5 now. Wait, what? What just happened there? Freeman sends a routine ground ball to first. He was guarding the lines. You stinking fool. I don't. But Long, as we sit there crying over spilled milk, Herman Long wins the game with a deep fly ball to right field. What? All right, so this was a good game. I'm not even going to try to play with y'all. So, to me, Freeman might have been the player of the game. Long gets his first hit of the game. He was 0 for 3. The Bean Eaters really struggled when it came to their fielding, but Phillies jumped up early. Bean Eaters rallied at the bottom of the 6th, and then with a home run. Freeman with his home run, and then obviously Long in the 10th. So it looks like the home runs were one game for the Bean Eaters, and on the other side, the Phillies with the errors that the Bean Eaters had. So stolen bases, Thomas and Hamilton each had them. And so let's just see what it says. Fans watch an exciting game at South End Grounds 3. Boston Bean Eaters topped the Philadelphia Phillies by the slimmest of margins, 4-3. Both teams were tied at 3 runs apiece after 9 innings. Really, you're really going to skip the 9-inning comeback. Boston ended up winning it in the 10th inning after 2 outs. Herman Long blasted a solo shot, making Boston the victor and beginning a joyous hometown celebration. Boston banged out 10 hits on the afternoon. Vic Willis 1-0. Yeah, I guess he does get the win. Pitched 2/3 of an inning, allowing no runs for the victory. Al Mall was charged with a loss. It was really Red Donahue who was the idiot for the Phillies. But Bob Dineen, I mean, I would say Bob Dineen and Buck Freeman might have been the players of the game. Bob Dineen, I mean, he did allow 8 hits over 9 1/3 innings, but only 1 earned run. So a real good outing by him. But Freeman, in my opinion, just continuously got on base, run 2 RBIs. Kind of got jolted in the last one by them covering the line. But at the end of the day, the ABL, man, year 1900, opening day. So we'll see you with another opening day game coming from the American League shortly. All right, this is a longer video than expected, but I hope you guys have fun.